Oh, fresh today. So, welcome back anyway, you lot. So, I was doing a Zoom class the other day. Zoom classes are available on the website. Shameless plug. And one of the students said to me, Charlie, why are all mediums the same? You've seen one, you've seen them all. So, in this video, that's what we're going to be talking about. So I'm quite blunt in my response. I think we're learning this across the channel, aren't we? And what I said to her is, well, the teachings have all become pretty similar. You'll have your unique twists to certain aspects of mediumship and its teachers, but it tends to be this formatted kind of way. And so if everyone's going in with the format, I've done videos on the format, the downside to that is most mediums, no matter who you see, are all going to present in the same kind of style. So here in the UK, we've got circles. We've got them everywhere, absolutely everywhere. We're very, very fortunate in the UK to have so many spiritual centres, churches, etc. But we've got like two, maybe three main schools, and some of them are world famous. And what happens is that the style of teaching is governed by rules. So that you have to go in a particular set or restriction, and you have to teach within that style. And because of this restriction, you're then going to find that there's only so far you can push it, or the idea can only grow as big as the box. So as I was talking to the student, I can't remember her name now, but as I was talking to the student within the group meeting that we were having, it's the same old names that pop up. I don't need to name them. You all know the names that are doing the transatlantic stuff, and here in the UK, it's the same old name at the same old centre, and therefore you're going to have the same classrooms. This will be repetitive year after year after year, and that may be direct mediumship. So I want to come to you, and I have your father here, and he passes of, and you would understand, and then tie it up, message, move on. I have your mum here, she passes of, she loved this, and move on, and so on and so forth. And after a while, mediumship will become boring in that sense. You know what you're going to see, you know what they're going to do, you know their particular personality, because that's the only difference within the mediumship. And then that gets taught to the tens or the hundreds of students that particular person sees, and then that goes out, and then they teach in the same style because they want to be like that teacher or that demonstrator. And now you can see how the pattern forms, and that is how mediumship falls into the box as such. So what I try to do, or have been trying to do with my students, is trying to get them to understand that for me, mediumship is every day, every single day. And so your personality, your consciousness, and your subconsciousness are going to play a vital role in the development of your mediumship. So what that means is, if you're a shy person and you're not good at talking to people, strangers, or people you don't really know so well, and that becomes a difficult communication for you, that is going to be presented within your mediumship. You're going to stand in front of an audience or in front of a class, and it's going to be difficult for you to express. What you'll fall back on is the mechanical side of what you have learned, and that will be the format. So I have a mum here, I know she's in her 60s, she's got breast cancer, she loves flowers, she loves baking, and then the message, and then move on. I have a man here, and because you're relying on everything mechanically. When the idea is that, yeah, the spirit world know their story. There's going to be a video coming up on that, where of course they know what to talk about, and of course they know what to say. And so we're left with the idea of let them do it all. But there is problems with that way of working, which will be in a future video. But what we're trying to do is get your personality, you, the individual, to be in full expression. We're trying to bring you to life, to bring the spirit world to life. And sometimes that doesn't fit in a format. In fact, most of the time, that doesn't fit in a format. So when we go into the format style, the mediums all doing the same thing, all the same mechanics, etc., etc., you're going to feel like you've seen this medium before. And before long, after an hour's demonstration, an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is, after the second or third link, you're going to feel like you know what the medium's going to do. You kind of know how they're going to come out. You kind of know whether they're going direct or whether they're throwing it out or going to an area. You know what's coming because you've now got their format. You've seen it once, you've seen it twice. I kind of get the gist of what's going to happen on the third one. So I said to the young lady that asked me, why are all mediums working the same way? The simple answer, and it's very simple, is because we're seeing the same tutors. We go to the same. They all go to the same centres, the same schools, the same fill in the blank, and therefore their style is just growing and growing and growing with each generation of medium. With the ones that go out, they'll get introduced to new students, they'll get taught the same way, they'll go out, and so on and so forth with that repetitive nature. So I don't want anyone to be the same. I want you to stand up in your own right, in your own name. You know, people feel like it's a compliment. Oh, you remind me of... And that's actually, you don't want that as a compliment. You don't want that statement. You want people to say, I really enjoyed your mediumship. You're so different. I haven't seen it done that way before. This is very refreshing. That kind of stuff is what you're looking for in your mediumship. So you stand up in your own personality, in your own style, maybe the same mechanics, but a different approach. And that way, the way that you animate the spirit world for your audience will leave them impacted in whatever way, emotionally or in a joyous way, whatever it'll be. So we have to change the style, is basically what I suggest there. And to the lady that asked me, that's also what I suggested. So if you like the video, like it, subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see you all in the next video.